Every single community in Western Queensland is struggling. There's no two ways about that.
There's not even a tusk of grass left on this property, and we've fed cottonseed, we've fed sweet potatoes, hay, grain, whatever we can get our hands on, we're feeding.
We've probably only got about 35% of the stock left in the district, and other areas are a lot worse. It has changed drastically, especially in the last 6 months. We've had little intermittent pieces of rain every now and then just to give you a little bit of hope, and then it falls apart again.
This is now our 8th year of drought. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. My mother was actually born and bred in Morven. She was born in town. She's 78. She's never seen anything like this.
We haven't had these showery days, but we've had a cold winter, which has really knocked the stock around.
Does it break your heart, darling?
More than breaks your heart, but what do? We love the land. Naturally we want to stay here, and we do get good times.
Do you see that it's impacting families? Like, I don't imagine that is so stressful.
Oh, absolutely. Some of those families, I don't know how they're still there today. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, we had 3 million sheep in the Milway Shire. Is that right? We've now got 90,000.
And probably we're about $1.1 million in rate arrears. So, our budget is very small and very hard to manage because you don't have that excess money. And, unlike our sisters in the city, they can have parking meters and all that and get a bit of revenue from that. Well, we don't have any of that out here. We have got a lot of tourist attractions out here, and people love it when they come out here.
We're going into the Cosmos Centre now. All those Northern Hemisphere people refer to this place to find out what's going on in the Southern Hemisphere. We're at the Cosmos Centre in Charleville. It is a very impressive place. Why is there a Cosmos Centre here?
We really pride ourselves on making sure that everyone has a connection with the night sky, from photography to the high-end astronomy to just a general observatory. It's a whole new experience altogether that we give.
Brendo, you need a Bilby hat.
Yeah, I do, obviously.
It's just about getting people together, have a few laughs, talk to each other, and unburden yourself with some of the negativity that goes on in your life.
I think people in the city just it's all just a bit too big and it's too far away, and they're not quite sure what they would do if they came here.
Come out for a drive, come out and have a yarn to people, and immerse themselves in southwest Queensland.
There's no money anywhere. People are struggling to source feed. They're up to about Plan F. Everything they try and do, hang out, maybe it's going to rain. Maybe it's going to rain. It just doesn't seem to ever want to rain.
Warren and I have both grown up on the land. We love the land, and, we love our stock.
Yeah, you're just going to keep going.
We'll keep going as long as we can.
They go through the process of destocking, keeping their best breeders, trying to hang on. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of suicides.
It can change in a couple of weeks if we get rain. A lot of people probably do it worse than us because they live further out of town.
It's bloody tough. You've got to work together.
Times are tough, but you've got to try and make the tough times, happy times. So it's great that you people have come out to have a look at what we have here.
So what's it doing to the farmers? What's it doing to the people out in the communities outside of Australia?
Financially, it's sending them to the wall. Emotionally, that's sending them to the wall. Socially, it's sending them to the wall, and the whole lot.
Everything's dear. Fuel's dear, food's dear. Sourcing fodder is so hard. The freight is so expensive. I mean, the big worry is, where are we going to get our food from? This drought is so widespread. It doesn't have to be this bad. There's so many resources out there. We should have crops that we could be cutting for our own hay. You don't grow enough to be able to prepare for a drought that goes on this long. You just stride on, hey. Each day is a new day, so as long as we can, wake up and get out of bed, we're lucky.